In the recent epoch-making elections in Taiwan, the Democratic Progressive Party, or DPP, led by Lai Ching-te, clinched a historic victory, marking a significant political shift on the island. Lai, who is the current vice president, won more than 40% of the vote, beating out his competitor from the Nationalist Party by roughly 7%. The outcome secures an unprecedented third consecutive term for the DPP in the presidential office and indicates that Taiwan, which governs itself independently, will persist on its political and economic path diverging from Beijing, a course set by the departing President Tsai Ing-wen, who is leaving office owing to term limitations. The DPP's victory is poised to reshape Taiwan's economic landscape, especially in its approach to international trade and domestic economic policies. But how? How will the DPP's electoral win influence Taiwan's economic strategy, both domestically and globally? Before we go look into the future, it's important to understand the DPP's ideologies and policies. The Democratic Progressive Party of Taiwan, founded in 1986, emerged as a pro-democracy movement opposing the long-standing martial law under the Kuomintang, or KMT, regime. The DPP, known for its Taiwan-centric policies and a strong stance on Taiwanese identity, has often been in ideological opposition to the KMT's historical alignment with mainland China. Politically, the DPP has championed democratic reforms and has been pivotal in Taiwan's transformation into a vibrant multi-party democracy. Economically, the party has historically advocated for economic independence from China, focusing on strengthening domestic industries and reducing reliance on mainland markets. Prior to the recent election, Taiwan's economy was characterized by robust technology and manufacturing sectors, with a significant global footprint in the semiconductor industry and responsible for the production of more than 60% of the world's total and over 90% of the most advanced semiconductors. This significant role in the semiconductor industry places considerable importance on the election's outcome, especially for Western investors. However, economic challenges include dependency on trade with China and vulnerability to global economic shifts. The DPP's policies have generally aimed to diversify Taiwan's trade partners and bolster domestic technology and renewable energy sectors, positioning Taiwan as an innovator in global supply chains while navigating the complex cross-strait relations with China. This election's win is expected to further this economic direction, emphasizing self-reliance and global economic integration. Under Lai Ching-te, the DPP proposes to further intensify efforts to diversify Taiwan's trade and economic partnerships beyond China. The new southbound policy, initiated in 2016, represents a strategic pivot to deepen ties with countries in South and Southeast Asia, as well as Australia and New Zealand. This policy aims to diversify Taiwan's economic dependencies and forge a stronger regional network. It encompasses 4 primary pillars. Economic and trade collaboration. This involves establishing new partnerships in trade and economy, supporting the expansion of Taiwanese small and medium-sized enterprises in these regions, and facilitating financial aid for Taiwanese businesses. It also includes integrating more effectively into the local supply chains and collaborating on infrastructure projects. Talent exchange. The policy promotes sharing of human resources and enhancing the skill sets of both Taiwan and its partner countries. This includes setting up exchange and training programs for students, scholars, and professionals, as well as creating platforms for bilateral academic exchanges and talent matching. Resource sharing. Taiwan aims to utilize its strengths in various sectors like culture, tourism, healthcare, technology, agriculture, and small enterprises to establish bilateral and multilateral cooperation. This includes promoting agricultural partnerships, boosting tourism, and providing access to high-quality healthcare in Taiwan. Regional connectivity, enhancing both official and private sector interactions, signing new trade agreements, institutionalizing cooperation, and intensifying dialogue and negotiations are key to this aspect of the policy. The DPP's economic agenda also includes a significant focus on bolstering domestic industries. As a global leader in semiconductor production, Taiwan holds a crucial position in the global supply chain, especially as the world's largest producer of advanced chips. The island is home to the Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, the world's largest contract chip maker, which holds a dominant market share of more than 50% in the global semiconductor foundry market. Under the DPP's governance, there has been a continued emphasis on supporting and expanding this sector. The government has invested heavily in semiconductor research and development, aiming to solidify Taiwan's leading position in the global market. The Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company has announced plans to invest $100 billion over the next 3 years to expand its chip fabrication capacity. Furthermore, Taiwan's push towards renewable energy aligns with the DPP's commitment to environmental sustainability and reducing reliance on fossil fuels. The government has set ambitious goals to transform the energy sector, aiming to generate 20% of its electricity from renewable sources by 2025, up from about 5% in 2020. This includes expanding solar and wind energy capacities, with plans to install 5.7 gigawatts of offshore wind power by 2025. Such initiatives not only address environmental concerns, but also create new economic opportunities and job growth in the green energy sector. Lai Ching-te's presidency is expected to continue and perhaps intensify these strategies. The focus on high-tech industries and renewable energy is seen as crucial for Taiwan's economic resilience, especially amidst increasing geopolitical tensions and global market uncertainties. The DPP's victory has significant implications for Taiwan's trade and economic relations with the United States, and is expected to further strengthen Taiwan's ties with the US, both politically and economically. In 2022, the United States held the position of Taiwan's second-largest trading partner, comprising 13.3% of its total trade and 10.6% of its imports. China topped the list as Taiwan's principal trading partner, representing 22.6% of Taiwan's total trade and 19.6% of its imports. Other significant trading partners for Taiwan included Japan, accounting for 9.7% of total trade, Hong Kong with 7.3%, and the Republic of Korea making up 6.2%. Taiwan's exports to the US mainly comprise of electronics, machinery, and optical and medical instruments, which form a crucial part of the US supply chain. In 2021, bilateral trade between the US and Taiwan reached approximately $104 billion, underscoring the economic interdependence between the two countries. Under Lai Ching-te's administration, these trade dynamics are likely to be not only maintained, but potentially enhanced. The DPP has been advocating for a free trade agreement with the US, which could further liberalize and boost trade relations. Such an agreement would likely increase Taiwanese exports to the US and attract American investments in key Taiwanese sectors like technology and renewable energy. The US has also been a vocal supporter of Taiwan's participation in international forums and trade agreements, such as the Comprehensive and Progressive Agreement for Trans-Pacific Partnership (CPTPP). Lai's government could leverage this support to expand Taiwan's global trade footprint, which would, in turn, reinforce its economic ties with the US. However, the strengthening of US-Taiwan relations under the DPP could provoke reactions from China, potentially impacting the regional economic landscape. Nonetheless, the US remains committed to its unofficial relationship with Taiwan, including continuing arms sales and maintaining the Taiwan Relations Act, which could provide a cushion against potential economic pressures from China. China has previously reacted to DPP electoral victories by implementing economic measures such as restrictions on Chinese tourists to Taiwan and bans on certain Taiwanese products. Such actions from Beijing could impact sectors of Taiwan's economy that are reliant on Chinese trade and tourism. This is all happening amidst escalating US-China tensions regarding the island. In 2022, China strongly criticized the visit of then House Speaker Nancy Pelosi to Taiwan. In a recent development, the Biden administration approved a $345 million arms package for Taiwan. Furthermore, the 2022 Taiwan Enhanced Resilience Act permits the US to allocate up to $2 billion each year from 2023 to 2027 in military grants to Taiwan. Intelligence reports from the CIA suggest that Chinese President Xi is preparing the nation's military for a possible invasion of Taiwan as early as this year. Taiwan's economic growth has been robust, with a GDP growth rate of 6.28% in 2021. However, The ongoing US-China tensions present uncertainties, particularly in trade and investment flows. A potential conflict in the Taiwan Strait, as speculated by some analysts, could have severe global economic repercussions, with estimates suggesting a cost of up to $10 trillion to the world economy. Outside of the US and China, major economies all over the world will have their eyes on the election, primarily due to the reliance on these semiconductors. Countries like Japan and South Korea in Asia, and Germany, France, and the UK in Europe, which are all heavily invested both economically and politically, will be heavily impacted by the results of this election. With growing concerns over global tech supply chains and economic security, Europe's approach to Taiwan could involve a balancing act between economic interests and diplomatic sensitivities.